It's HTV Today, Houston Television's showcase of city government. Let's go.
All right. Another HTV Today. Terry, what's up? What's happening?
Hey, what's going on? Glad to be here.
You ready? Another week?
Yes.
Another week. This is the vote week. We got to vote. Did everybody vote? And we got guests in here today, too. I mean, we got guests in here watching us, man, all, making us nervous and everything. All right. So today's HTV Today. So, we talk to city employees. They're the superheroes. They're the stars. We want to highlight the regular folk. And we have with us today HTV, the legendary Rich Fanning. Rich, what's up? Where's the clap? We got to go.
That can't get much more regular than me.
Yeah, more regular. Rich. So, Rich, how long you been with the city?
I've been with the city now for about 12 years.
12 years. And
yep.
Okay. And you're a TV man. You're a film man.
Yep. That's where I've spent a lot of my time here. I've been it's about 25 years now.
25 years in TV and film. So,
yep.
Really the question is, how did you get into this TV film business?
Well, I was looking for a job opportunity, different change. I was back in California originally. That's where I'm originally from. And
Cali.
Yep.
That's where I was born. Los Angeles, City of Angels.
Yep. San Luis Obispo for me. So halfway between Los Angeles and San Francisco. But, there's an economic downturn that went through. Jobs were hard to find. Went back to school on that. I've always been interested in television and film, so I went through a television and film program out of Cosumnes River College outside of Sacramento. It's run by at the time it was run by a exceptional instructor by the name of Gary Martin. He's a former 3-time Emmy Award-winning producer, and so he went through and he kind of acted as a mentor in order to get going on that, and he went through, he got me some paid internships going through, so I was working with production companies over in there and then just started building it up and gotten more experience.
So now that's interesting. You got paid because, it used to be interns with non-paid. Mm-hmm. How in the world did you get a paid internship?
Well, he went through and that was kind of his benchmark, is he didn't do unpaid internships through the school. So,
okay, he had to hook up.
Well, he would basically say, he would contract with local production companies and such, and none of his internships were unpaid. So he would say, if you're going through, you're doing work, you're getting paid for it. So that's something that's always been, just kind of on the background for me as well. It's all, if you're doing work out there, it's of value.
Right.
So,
people talk all the time about, the difficulties and challenges of getting in TV and film, and
mm-hmm.
TV is sort of the adrenaline rush, hectic, everyday, going crazy broadcast journalism. Film is a little more, maybe we think, relaxed. So,
mm-hmm.
what is the real difference?
There is a big difference between the two. I've been in both markets. I've done television news production, but I've also done long format film production as well. Television news is very immediate. Everything always just happens, it happens right now. You've always got to go through, you've got to get it done. And, once you get it done, you're moving on to the next thing because, we refer to it as olds. If it's, more than 10 minutes old, it's olds. It's not news.
Right. Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. So we're always looking for something new. So, that's in television news. In film production, there's a lot of focus on individual things. In television production, you're expected to have a lot of different hats to wear to be able to do a lot of different things, to diagnose a lot of things out in the field. In film production, everything is very regimented on you do this one thing, but you do it really well.
So talk about real quick, as a kid, did anything as a kid influence you to get into film and TV? What was that like? A little kid in California.
A lot of it, just going through, watching movies and such, wanted to get into that. I remember when I was about 7 years old, I went through and tried my hand at going through and writing my own science fiction screenplay.
Didn't go well.
Didn't go well, but
yeah.
so I decided, I wanted to be behind the camera on that.
And so did you, you hear stories about kids, parents or something, pawn shop went and found a camera, got a camera, and that was the start. Was that the start, or you just like fell into it come college?
I fell into it come college.
Come college, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just went through and said, I'm going to go for this. I've always been interested in travel and to see new things and to, tell stories. So, film and television is, that's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it. Now, a lot of people will say, in today's current time, hey, if you move from L.A., California to Texas, that's a good thing. It's more affordable. Houses now, okay, a long time ago you came to, what made you come to Texas from Hollywood? I mean, come on, man, Hollywood, you got Sunset Boulevard, Venice Beach. What?
Well,
Have you compared Venice Beach to Galveston?
Oh, yeah. There's definitely difference in the surf. I'll definitely tell you that. Right. I was originally from doing a lot of my stuff in Sacramento, but I traveled all throughout California. So I have worked in Los Angeles and Hollywood, San Diego, San Francisco, San Jose area, all over the place. What brought me here was the kind of the peak of the housing crisis. Right as it was cresting, I saw the writing on the wall and got out. So I sold my house. Literally, my daughter was a year and a half, and my wife was 7 months pregnant, and we just went through and sold our house and moved sight unseen to Houston.
Let's go.
Yep, just picked
Fourth
up.
largest city in the nation.
Yep, just
oil town.
Just picked up and just moved sight unseen.
All right, so now you're a techie, a film, TV techie. We get into this stuff. And, we both talk about lighting, how we love lighting. A lot of people, it's something that no one thinks about. Hardly no one thinks about a career. I'm going to go into lighting. But you love lighting. How did you get to the point where you love lighting? And what part of lighting do you like? Are you more of a gaffer, electrician? Which part?
I like going through, and I like the modeling and shaping that you can do with light. I was very fortunate in order to work with a guy in Sacramento by the name of Dave Bungie. He's done a lot of lighting for, actual, professional films. And so I was able to go through and, he acted as kind of a mentor for me on a lot of different things. And so he brought me on, and I got to see a lot of what he did and how he lit things. I learned from other lighting directors that were out there as well. Right. Primarily, they would go through and they would have me, doing the grunt work. But, that's where you start off. You start off doing the grunt work, and you pay attention to what they're doing and, what they're having you do. And you pick up, what is it that I'm doing? Why is this working? And if you have a question, you ask them.
Right.
You still get it done, and you get it done in time, but, pull them aside and say, okay, why'd you have me do this? Why is this?
So to this day, what are you most proud of with lighting? What is that one project where you said, man, I did that? I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful.
There's a couple of different things that I've done. I'd have to say that the work that I did for the California Department of Justice was actually, pretty good. We did a piece that was interviews. It was kind of a, living history piece about the history of the California Department of Justice.
Okay.
And we went all over the state, and it was just crazy busy. But we packed a half-ton grip truck, in the back of a van.
Half-ton, man.
And there were times where I was going through. I would have to say that it was probably the best lighting thing that I did was we were in the Attorney General's office in Los Angeles, and we were interviewing a former California Attorney General, and there was a window behind him that overlooked Los Angeles and Los Angeles City Hall. So I had to go through and, light this. I've got, this ton of light coming in, so I had to go through, gel the windows, and then, light him, properly. And the end result was that, we have this gentleman that, is pivotal in some of the history of the Department of Justice there. and behind him is, the Los Angeles City Hall. It's an iconic building, and you've got the San Gabriel Mountains behind him and everything, and it's all beautiful. It's all in shot. You can see it. You can see him. Nothing's blown out. So, it's identifiable.
Right. And so what if you, when you talk to the interns that are coming in, and anyone who's interested in lighting, how do you get across to them the math of it? See, people really, in this business, entertainment, you don't think math, right? But as you and I know, when you're working with the light meter, you're working with f-stops, contrast ratios, cool color temperatures, warm color temperatures. I mean, math is everywhere. How do you get that across to a young intern coming who says, I want to work with lights?
A lot of it, dealing with the math is at the very beginning. Once you understand it and get it under your belt, it becomes second nature to such a point to where you can forget about the math because it's become second nature, and it becomes part of the art.
Right.
So you just understand, okay, it's too hot there. I know that I need to move my light back this amount of feet. I mean, you don't mentally go through and pull out a calculator and say, okay, I need to move it back exactly, 3 feet, 2 inches. Okay, it needs to be moved back this far.
Gotcha. So now that background, we talk about lighting, film, and your expertise. So now how did you get to city government? You downtown, man, downtown with the tunnels and everything and all that. How'd you get to downtown, HTV?
Well, originally we weren't downtown here with HTV. Right. We were over at 3100 Main. Again, moving into Houston, sight unseen, I have no job opportunities, no contacts, no nothing.
Right.
So, just going around and seeing what all is available. There was an opening. I've done, government. I've done government broadcasting for, the California channel before, and I've worked for, other pegs. So, it's all, hey,
it's just right time.
Right time, right place.
So tell everybody out there, what exactly do you do for us?
What I do for HTV is pretty much a little bit of everything, to tell you the truth. A lot of it is, maintenance, but also, keeping things safe is the big things. A lot of people see a studio and they think, oh, okay, it's just this big room. But there's a lot of things in there that can be dangerous.
Right.
And so, it's a matter of, keeping people safe. I go through and, design the lighting in our studios. A lot of it is, I know where the lights are so that I can just go through and say, okay, it's this particular one here, bring it up, bring it down, adjust for people that are out there.
Because you have a lot you have to do in terms of, the biggest thing people don't understand too is skin tone, the differences in skin tone. So you have to get up and adjust the lights. Then you have to operate a big genie.
Yeah, so I got to go through, get up into the grid. We got to, basically it's up into the roof where we go through and we hang the lights from. So, there's a lot of physical labor involved in addition to the artistic. This is where I'm putting a pool of light, and this is where I need it.
Gotcha. So now, last thing, I know something funny, crazy has happened since you've been here. What's the craziest thing you've ever been involved in at HTV?
Craziest thing.
Something funny happened.
I don't know whether it's really the craziest thing, but we were going through and we were covering the presidential debates here. So we went through and had to go through and get Secret Service clearance and do a bunch of different stuff there. But we were sitting up on a podium, up on a riser with CNN and all the big boys here, right. And HTV was right there, right next to them.
Right there with them.
Yeah.
So you just had fun.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, look, my man, Rich Fannin. Rich, thanks, man, for coming out.
Sure, not a problem.
Appreciate you being on the show.
All right.
Thanks for working for the city, helping us take care of taxpayers, making sure they see city council every week. Y'all know about city council. It's drama on city council. Yeah, this is like soap opera. Tune in every Tuesday, every Wednesday. All right, Terry.
All right.
Oh,
all right. Thanks, Rich.
Terry and I, we talk noise there, and she's looking at me funny. Don't start nothing in here on this radio show.
Nah, I wouldn't dare. All right.
All right, y'all. Thanks again. We out.
HTV Today, Houston Television's showcase of city government. Let's go.